a year ago, our office was established out of Government's Executive Council explicitly to be disruptors, to challenge the way IT has traditionally been done in government, to demonstrate what better looks like. Today, we are an army of 6 people. We have 4 big, hard, exemplar projects in hand with brilliant, fearless partners from across government. We tear down the cubicles. We fight every day for open source and cloud and research with real live citizen users. We've blown up traditional procurement. We're dropping our first digital service this summer, saving millions of dollars in development, overhead, licensing, and maintenance costs. So here's like the the fit to print summary of what that looks like. This is pretty much the mandate. And I think that most folks, even established government IT folks, would think that this is okay. I mean, really, who could argue? Better services, better days at work for staff, reducing overall costs, and a great marketplace for digital talent. But it's been incredibly, incredibly hard. And I would be worried if it hadn't been hard. So I'm just going to bring you through how we work and how we're trying to do this. So this means start by building software, duh. Not a long-winded business case that will damn you to obsolete IT by the time it gets approved and procured and built to suck and way over budget. We set up small cross-disciplinary teams of UX designers, researchers, ambidextrous developers, clever integrators, policy and frontline folks. We get on the road, we find the coal face, we uncover real problems, and that's our developers and integrators as well, not just our UX researchers. We build with the tools that we love, not necessarily the ones that are approved. Our super teams get to an MVP in 8 weeks. So for reals, right? Early and ongoing discovery work with users in their natural habitats. We try to park our assumptions, listen to people's lived needs, then build only what maps to those needs. This is why we don't define our technologies up front. This is good design and it's sensible development, but it's also the sacred trust of government digital, the moral code of civic code. Build only and just what people need. Also, those Albertans who are doing the building, we really cultivate happy, creative, empowered teams. They are the unit of delivery. There's a learned helplessness problem with IT in government. We become contract managers rather than makers, and it's time to get over that and start behaving like the digital organization that we need to be. We don't hide behind status reports. We invite program folks, deputy ministers, established IT staff, everyone to our sprint reviews and demos. And this is scary, but it's made our work better. And it's one way that program staff influence the software that they're going to use. And open source. Though it's good enough for the U.S. Department of Defense, and it's good enough for Microsoft to buy GitHub, and it's good enough for the internet. It's really scary to government, right? So it's a matter of principle for us and for public digital. We advocate open standards and open source as default for so many reasons. The ongoing burden of high licensing costs, namely. But for me, it's philosophical and it's kind of aesthetic. Open source code is living, and governments need evolving, community-nurtured code that can meet changing needs of citizens and a policy. Wow. We have so much zombie software and even hardware in government. It's undocumented, it's undead, and it's on a giant AMS contract. So deliver incrementally. Government overspends, overplans, and normalizes delay. So we try to flip this around. We think about value, even if it's small, what that release can bring to users. And why in heaven's name? Every single thing we have on our phones, updates all the time. But with government, we stall endlessly and we serve up mediocrity. So not because we lack good people or goodwill, mostly because we fear the wrong things. We have antiquated, inappropriate processes in place. Every little release is a little victory against this. We really prioritize delivery, and, we're impatient with large meetings and, vague committees. We found immense value in cultivating the like-minded in government and out, and a lot of you are here, so God bless you and thank you. You need to find the others, and you need to just ignore the haters. So, we are aiming for significant delivery over the summer and early fall. We have 3 really high-impact new digital services coming, including Aboriginal Consultation Office. I had a great thing to talk about with my neighbors. We're working on big structural things like procurement and hiring and contracting and flexible platforms and gaining permission where to date we've really just relied on forgiveness. We're going to see a clear mandate and greater control for the fall. So, as Paul Ford wrote last month in the New York Times, I like to read commits like a newspaper. I read change logs and I think humans can do things. So I do too. So come and do things with us. We do need a multitude of makers to fix all that ails government. And our commits represent something more than beautiful code. They are a commitment to better society. Thank you.